Man, it's been a day. Hello, I am PearlManhattan. This is Music and Chat, and this is the final day. In fact, we are down to hours, the final hours of February album writing month. It is 10 p.m. or that or thereabout on the East Coast. It's 7 p.m. on the West Coast, and here I am. I think I got the mic turned on. I know I got my headphones working. I checked out the DAW. It's been a crazy day. And I'm just going to chat for a few moments with you. Let's see. Creed Lambert, thank you so much for being here. Nice to see you, Creed. Yeah, we're going to have to do some work together. Maybe 50-90. Maybe 50-90, Creed. We'll both be a little more suited for it. You mentioned the rain. Our internet has been... Well, Xfinity is my internet provider, and I don't want to talk bad about them because they're not a bad provider. They've done us pretty well, you know. If you need tech support, get another company, but that's beside the point. Anyway, there were major Xfinity outages all over the country today, this afternoon, and so they texted me about noon. I was at work, and they said, "Hey, you can't hear me." Okay, well, the sound's coming through on my phone. I'm a little soft, but, yeah, if you can't hear me, then, oh, okay. Had me worried there, Kirky. But it's all right. I am so glad you're here. Even if you can't hear me, I'll go, I don't have them with me, so I'll go, here we go. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna turn this volume back down on my monitor here, my expensive monitor. Um, Here we go. My level's low. I can turn it up a little bit. Better to turn it up over here. Let's turn it up. Check, check, check. Oh, that's... Whoa. What am I turning up? That's my mic line. Oh, I blew your ears out that time. I talk louder than I sing. But anyway, the rain. So they told me it would be up about 6 o'clock this evening. Man, I got a bad echo. I hope y'all aren't hearing that echo. I hope it's just me. I think it's... Let me check all my sounds here. Alright. Alrighty. Anyway, they sent me a text and said, "Hey, the cable's down. We know it's down." Well, the internet. Hi, Aya. If you have to fall asleep, that would be the greatest compliment to me in the world, that you could fall asleep to my stream. I'm still hearing... Oh, I know why I'm hearing myself. Boop. Yeah. Jeffrey Chapman? Jeffrey Yatman? Jeffrey Yatman, bass player extraordinaire. We're going to get him into FAWM 1 year, Creed. We'll get him there. He's been signed up for, 3-4 years now? But that's all right, you know? You'll get there. There are some people who only did one song this year. There's some people who didn't do any songs. But if you fall asleep to me, that's a great compliment, because I know there are only certain streamers I can sleep to. So if you have to sleep, sleep. I get it. So anyway, my son doesn't handle the internet being out very well. If you don't know, he has autism. He's 16 years old. He is nonverbal. Non-communicative. He is very vocal, but not in you can't have a conversation with him. Put it that way. And so I'm thinking, oh great, we get home, the internet's going to be out. This is not going to be fun. So we get home, the internet is out, and gotta love the faith he has in his mom. He believes I am omnipotent and that I can fix anything. And you gotta love it when your kid feels that way about you. But, there's some things I can't do, boy. There's just some stuff I can't do. And I'm going to turn these headphones down because I'm sick of listening myself. I'll need them when I get over to the DAW eventually, but for right now, they're just holding my hair out of my face. Anyway, so for an hour and a half, I repeatedly explained to him, son, I can't fix the internet. And this caused a meltdown. Finally, internet comes back up. We get him logged in. I get logged in. I'm sitting here chatting away in the Slack chat for February Album Writing Month, and all of a sudden, boom, Discord disappears. Spinny. Space Mountain Dave Cantrell. Dave, hi. And so I go reboot the router because everybody knows how to do that these days. You pull the plug out, you count to 10 very slowly, and then you put the plug back in, and then you let it grind coffee and gyrate and all the stuff it does, and eventually it'll come back up, right? So it came back up, but then it went down again. So I did that again. It came back up. I got in my little Xfinity app and I said, hey, can you reset talk to the little AI thing. Can you reset my modem? They sent their signals and reset it. Took 12 minutes, comes back. Meanwhile, boy is still, that's a totally different story. Long story short, I got the tech support AI to get me transferred to what I think was a real person. You can't tell with the text chats, right? And I told him what was going on, and he goes, oh, well, I'm in billing. Let me transfer you to tech support. Okay, I asked for tech support, and you sent me to billing? Meanwhile, I'm saying, okay, it's back up. No way it's back down. Okay, it's back up. No way it's back down. And finally, he says, okay, I'm going to transfer you to tech support. And I said, you know what? I am so done. I'm going to cross my fingers, and I'll call you tomorrow if it's still not working. But I am over this internet thing. So that was all the confusion. That, and I scheduled the show for the wrong time, and this new job. I started a job. My first day was January 31st. I work in a school. I work in a high school in a community-based learning department, working with some fantastic students. I'm a job coach, and it's wonderful work. It's wonderful students, but for somebody who has not worked at all outside the home in 7 or 8 years, and also still has no support at home. So I'm still 24 hours a day, the only person here, but I got to go to work now. And I got my first paycheck, and I was like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. Because I'm basically working for free after they get done with all the deductions and everything. And I'm like, that doesn't do me any good. So I say all that to say this. If something comes across your ballots for voting about schools and funding schools, when you don't fund your local schools, you're taking money out of pockets of people who make, well, let's just put it this way. I can't say how much I make, but I saw an article today that said Target's going to start paying their employees $24 an hour. Yeah, I'd like to work for Target. School employees are terribly underpaid, and people look at that and go, oh, we pay taxes to pay for the school. Your taxes aren't coming to the school. That's why we do the bond issues and things like that. So that's my rant. Okay, so let's talk about February Album Writing Month. How y'all doing? Oh my gosh, I got a whole party here. Karki, yeah, you're an educator. You understand. We honestly do this for the love and the mommy inside. The mommy inside. I care about my students a great deal. My students mean the world to me. And even when there are behavioral issues, I can look at the whole situation and go, this is a 17-year-old kid who got triggered by XYZ. that was beyond their control. Your daughter teaches fourth grade, yes, and we sure as heck don't do it for the money. And the problem is, if I don't make enough money, I don't have a place to live, because I rent, and we're working with trying to get my son's disability straightened out so I can go back to getting my survivor benefits, because I am his sole caregiver and he is disabled, but that's crazy. But anyway, so prayers for me that Social Security works out. I mean, even if I do get the benefits, I'm going to keep this job because they're taking a whole lot of my paycheck for benefits, and I'm darn sure going to get them back. So I want to retire from this job, but if Social Security doesn't come through, I can't survive on the money we're making, and we will end up living in the car. It's that simple. And nobody wants that. And people think because nobody has experienced the things that I have, it's easy to go, oh, you're being overdramatic. Oh, just think positive. But in my situation, I ask you to not do that, because I don't look at anybody else's situation and go, you just need to work harder. No, I need somebody with a main line to whatever is out there to tell the universe, okay, I'm strong enough. When do we get to the good part? Anyway. All right, so February album writing month. This is the last day. We're down to the last hours. Smash that. Oh, the Cricket. Everybody see that? Cricket Fox is doing her show tomorrow night for yes, exactly. We are paid much less than we are worth. Thankfully, though, Karki, and this is the last I'll say about this, but thankfully, our school is has a union for the para-educators. We have our own union. They negotiate our contracts. They do a doggone good job. I've worked in other districts where paraprofessionals were paid $12 an hour. I do not make $12 an hour. I do make much more than that, but not as much as I should for the equivalency. But the other side of that is, Karki, I have enough education and background and experience that I can go to my administration, my supervisor, after a year or so and say, hey, I want to teach. I need my emergency certification, and the school can sponsor me to get my teaching certification because I have the equivalent of a master's degree. I just don't have the degree. So that's my goal. And once I get the teaching certificate, then more things open up for me. But anyway, and then I was talking about something else. So I was talking about Cricket. She's got a show tomorrow night. It's Corner Coffee with Cricket. Throw your link in there, Cricket. Throw the link to your show in there when you get the chance. It's tomorrow night. It's 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 6 p.m. on the West Coast, something like 12:30 in Adelaide, Australia, 12:30 in the afternoon in Adelaide, Australia. Because Cricket's in Adelaide, Australia. She is my Australian sister from another mister. Love her to death. She's got good things to talk about on her show tomorrow night. We also do a show together called the Manhattan Fox Hour. And our show coming up in the end of March is all about what's going on in Major League Baseball in the United States. The whole strike, the spring training, we're going to break it down. We're going to break it down for the person who isn't a sports junkie fanatic. And that show is in the end of March on the Manhattan Fox Hour, so be sure to check that out. Also in March, there you go. Thank you, Cricket. Brittany, welcome in, Brittany. Good to see you here. All right. Speaking of March, also in March, Creed, I gotcha in March. We're going to start tonight talking a little bit, just an introduction to VSTs and plugins and such. But March, we are going to focus entirely on what's a VST and why, as a music maker, how can you benefit from VSTs in a digital audio workstation. And next month, just for you, Creed, also, I'm going to Harry Chandler. You're out of here, bud, because you're a spammer. Bye-bye. Somebody get rid of him. Show him the door gently, or not. Just, yeah, he's out of here. Thank you, Kirky. I will be using Reaper as my DAW because that's it's free, it's easy to get, it's easy to use, it's what I started on. So I'll be using Reaper to show VSTs and all that other stuff, and MIDI and stuff like that. Now, all right. Yep. Don't let the door hit you where... Yeah, bye, Harry. Anyway. Oh, ginger ale. Good stuff. All right, so this is FAWM. Technically, on paper, it says 14 songs. I had a collaborator who put down 2 songs. We collaborated on a song. And he put it on his page, and I put it on mine. And a lot of times, you don't know, new people don't know that you only have to put up once. But he put up twice. That's fine. But to me, that feels like I haven't hit 14 yet. So tonight, I'm hoping to write one more song before we go. And then I'll be up to 15, but technically that will be 14 songs. So, I don't know what I've showed to you that I did before. Some of these are skirmish songs. I think I showed you That's Abuse. I've never been to Ireland. That was a skirmish song. And it's really nice when I managed to produce it pretty nice with some band in the box tracks and stuff. Let's see. There we go. And let's see how this goes. Where is it? All right, we're going to stop it. We're going to back it up, and we're going to do this. Francisco, you're getting to Disney World? Right on. All right, so here we go. Let me know how's the sound level on that.
I've never been to Ireland, but I'd surely love to go.
So Creed, I'll see what I can do about getting Logic Pro. I used to use it a long time ago. I'll see what I can do about getting that installed. Brian, good to see you. How's the sound level on this? Are you all able to hear it? All right. Yeah, I've got it set up for there we go. Well, why are you... What? Oh, there I am. You're hearing me in stereo. Okay, so that's not the one I wanted. This is the one we want. Oh. That one's giving you sound too. We'll see. Alright, I want to back this up. We'll just do this.
I've never been to Ireland, but I'd surely love to go. I'd walk along
Good news, Brian.
the pastures grand, holding dressed in linen and leather. I do not fear the leprechaun, nor the banshee or the fairy. Whatever nature land may spawn, the gorse, the blackthorn, and the berry, steep cliffs and raging sea, mist and fog, the Celtic air, and in the quiet on a hill, I know I'd find peace there. I know I'd find peace there.
Well, and actually, get back to your comments here. Let me get to all your comments. I may be too loud now. I don't know. Let's see. Brian, you paid off your Disney trip. Cool. I'm waiting to hear what happens with Social Security. And if everything goes my way or things work out, then my son and I will be heading down to to Anaheim sometime in August to visit Disneyland. Let's see. Carol, Car Key is amazing. And Cricket Fox is also amazing. They are I am blessed to have two of the top moderators in YouTube. And they're mods for me, and that just blows me away. I don't have to worry about chat because they are on top of everything. Is that my song? Yes, this is my song. This is one of the songs I wrote for February Album Writing Month this year. And as we're on the subject, I'll go ahead and show you this. I'll go ahead and show you this. This is my Bandcamp page, guys. And I have released another album. This is only available on Bandcamp for now. I will be doing it for streaming on all the Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, all that. I'll be releasing them for that in July. But I kind of like to. I've never been to Spain. Creed, you and I are on the same thing. Karki says, Pearl, you need to sing more. I'm trying. I was sick for a very long time. It was never formally diagnosed or tested, but I do believe I had COVID a couple times, or just one big long COVID. Plus, in the wintertime, I have severe bronchitis, allergies, asthma, and things like that. And with access to medical help was non-existent for the last 2 years for me. So I haven't been singing a lot, but I'm getting back to it. But anyway, this album, if you are a member of Bandcamp, you can listen for free, or you can download it for $15. It's got Paper Boats, which you can find on my YouTube account. Snow Pants, which is Cricket's favorite song in the world. She loves Snow Pants. It's got the one we just heard, Ireland. It's got one called the Inside Outside Blues, which is hilarious. It's about a cat. And it's hilarious. Who Am I? It's an introspective thing I wrote over the summer. Today Is Mine. That's an old one from like 2017, 2018. It's got these cover from 2016 to present, basically. It's even got Penny Memories, which I wrote with my brother who passed last year from COVID. I wrote it before he passed. Sorry. Sounds like everybody, everybody you talk to, it's like, yeah, so-and-so who passed from COVID last year. It's like, it took so much from us. But anyway, I've got some other albums up here. I have the Christmas 2021 album. This is the music that I wrote for the community Christmas thing that Pete McDevitt had on his channel with the candlelight processional. These were the songs that I wrote, that I arranged for him, and those are available $7 if you download it. But like I said, if you're a Bandcamp member, you get it for free. Then Time to Let You Go. This one is up for streaming. It's on Amazon and everywhere else. I think you pay $6 there. I'm only charging $5. And the reason I'm showing you this is because Friday, Bandcamp is doing one of their famous Bandcamp Fridays where they do not take any cut of your proceeds, and all the money that you earn on Friday from sales goes directly to the artist. I will be posting on my social media about Bandcamp Friday and these albums. I've also got a couple more older ones up here. Me and My Chapter, that's a bunch of older FAWM songs that I've done. Some jazz, some blues. Let's see. And Creed said the auto harp. I did not use the auto harp on that song Ireland. I did not. I used Band in a Box for that one. And anyway, keep talking. I won't have time to write a song here, but I just got so much to share. Also this year, I did something fun, and I can't show the video. I can show you this much of it. But you'll have to hear it yourself. I can't share this out without these guys' permission, and I don't have it, so I can't share it. But if you're in FAWM, you can go listen to it or watch it, or I've sent it to you privately. Please keep it private. But what happened was we all sign up, and they put us in groups of 4, random choosing, so you don't know who your partners are going to be. And this is Roddy. And Roddy just recently moved from the UK to Australia in the middle of FAWM. This guy goes by the Dutch Widows. Very talented man, too. He was our anchor. We all did our separate parts, and we sent them to him. And this is TuneCat. And TuneCat is also over in the UK, I believe. And then this is me with my tiara. I had to wear my tiara. And what happened was Roddy played a guitar riff, a song, basically. He made a song with chords, and he went, and it was, verse, chorus, whatever. And he sent that out to all of us, and I listened to it and said, okay, well, I'll do lyrics and vocals. And so I did lyrics and vocals to Roddy's guitar part. TuneCat sat down and did a keyboard part, kind of a Rhodesy sounding keyboard, to the guitar thing. And then we all recorded a video of ourselves recording the music part. And we sent all of them to this guy. And he edited it and put some drums on it and some bass guitar and some rhythm guitar and came up with such a wonderful, delightful song. And the thing is, we didn't get to hear it with all the parts together until it was released into FAWM. So it's called the 4-video challenge, and it was great fun. If I used to do something similar, they have a 4-track cassette recorder challenge where you take a 4-track recorder and each person records a line on that. This just added the video into it, and I think all right, Cricket, are you going for now? Slothcore, yeah. But anyway, let me get back to chat now. I'm with Carol. You do need to sing more. I will be. I just got to get used to this job and everything. I have to admit, when I saw, we did that one. Definitely thinking I want to do an EP, if not a FAWM, of Slothcore. Oh my gosh, if you guys haven't heard about Slothcore, it's playing music very, very slowly. A song might have 2 chords and last 4 minutes. Okay? It's very slow music, like a sloth. And it's a new genre they've made up in FAWM. And put it up on Bandcamp. Hey, put it up on Spotify. You heard some of the stuff that's up on Spotify? Put all your stuff on Spotify. Let me know when you're down here. I'll take you out for real tacos. All right, that's the deal. Social has amazing, authentic SoCal. Yeah. Well, of course, because it's right there next to Mexico. Cricket. All right, Cricket. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Mwah! I'll give you a message tomorrow afternoon when I get home, if you need me. All right. So I'm caught up on chat. So that was a lot of fun. I wish I could play it for you. I can't because I don't have their permission, and that's just kind of a thing. And I don't like to put other people out there unless they want to be out there. There's 2 deaths, 2/5 of whiskey. This was a true story, and like I can't play the song because I don't have the permission of the collaborator to play it outside of FAWM. But this was a poem, and the lyric, it's absolutely true that my mother had made me promise in her Irish brogue that she didn't come by naturally, but actually it was pretty natural for her. And she made me promise I'd drink a 5th of Irish whiskey when she passed. And my father liked to go, 8 p.m. Eastern. No, she is going at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Tomorrow. Cricket is. My father said to me in his sporran and his kilt, daughter, when I've expired and a mausoleum built, drink a 5th of Scotch whiskey. Faithfully, the finest single malt, and faithfully I promised on his unbuilt vault. And when I was much older, bottles packed well away, they both kicked the bucket on the very same day. So I said to them with a bottle in each hand, I know I made the promise, but this didn't go as planned. I finished both the bottles. I've been sitting here a week, but now if you'll excuse me, I've got to take a leak. It's irreverent, a little bit, but if you knew my parents, I've been trying to write something, a requiem, if you will, about my parents. I lost them in the early 2000s, like 2002, I think it was. And they really did die within 24 hours of each other. And I mean, that's a lot to process. And so I've been trying for years and years and years to write something. And once I completed this, I felt some peace, and I knew that them with their senses of humor and everything else, that they wouldn't find this irreverent at all. They would absolutely love it. So, yeah, so that was a fun collab. All right, we got about 10 minutes. We're going to try to write something here, or are we just going to play? Okay. Let's try to write something. Nah, I think I just want to play in the DAW for a little bit. So let's go over to this. And let's go over to this. There we go. And I'll put on my headphones. And let's see. Let's do some testing here to see if you can hear. We'll just pick a track for starters. Oh, I can't hear.
I'm a late bloomer. My sense of humor. It'll take me a couple days to get a joke. Not quite a bloomer.
Yeah, Brian. So you get it. You understand. It's just a thing you do, right?
Smack dab in the middle of Gen X.
How's that sound? Sound good? Can you hear it? Can you not hear it?
Than never. to get my shit together.
Whoops, said a bad word. Sorry.
Took my own sweet time to make up my own mind.
We're all grown-ups here, though. I mean, this isn't made for kids anyway.
Get the sooner better.
Alright, while that's playing, we see if we get it real quick. Special thanks to Dean over at The Live Place. TheLivePlace.com is your YouTube TV guide. To family-friendly live streamers on all kinds of topics, everything from travel, RV, theme parks, cooking, game nights, family, community, whatever, you name it, somebody's streaming about it. I've got my show on there. Cricket has her show on there. Cricket and I's show together is on there. TheLivePlace.com. Check that out.
Get my shit together.
Alright, still seeing nothing about the volume. If you can hear or not. Maybe it's just got that much of a delay, huh? Alright. Well, my meters say that there's something there, so we're just gonna play with loops tonight. And so this is Mixcraft. Yeah. And well, I mean, Creed, that's funny. You know, I guess to help you understand my parents, they were born in the early 40s. They were in college in the early 60s. My mother, my father, and my father's brother all played guitar. And they fancied themselves the Peter, Paul, and Mary of South Mississippi. And they played in bars and, you know, and christenings, bar mitzvahs, you name it. If somebody needed a musician, they'd play, and they'd play for beer, you know. They weren't picky. And so I was raised on the Chad Mitchell Trio and Tom Lehrer and the Smothers Brothers, and you know, the good music back then. And one of my mother's favorite songs is by the Chad Mitchell Trio, and it's called The Grand Affair. And it's the setting is it's an undertaker's award ceremony, so to speak. And the song is It Was a Hell of a Funeral. And I grew up singing that, and I guess that's how they taught me to deal with death. We laughed at it, you know. And so that I think they would have really loved that song, you know, had they been alive. And I've lost a lot of people. I've lost a lot of people since then who've passed on. And that's part of my music that I make, is trying to memorialize and process those passings. And I guess I'm pretty experienced with grief, and classical education, right? Well, I'll be down, here comes your ghost again, but I'm not surprised, being as the moon is full and you happen to call. Yes, I know Joan Baez. It's all locked away in here. But anyway, like I said, I'm quite experienced with grief, and I guess the one piece of advice I'd give to anybody who's had a loss is remember what they laughed at. Remember the sense of humor, and remember what they laughed at, and honor that, because that's the way they would want to be remembered. And I'm finding that laughing through grief is a lot more comfortable to me than crying through it. Doesn't mean I'm not sad. I am, but the people I've lost, they wouldn't want me to be alone, and they wouldn't want me to be sad. So that's my grief talking. We're running out of time here. So real quick, and Creed, this mostly for you, but the rest of y'all might get something out of it too. The main way I use VSTs, my phone is going off now. Main way I use VSTs, let me get over here to this page. And I'm gonna, well, let me go back to this page because I will show you. I'm gonna show you here. How am I gonna do this? Let me go here. So you can make MIDI files with VSTs. And let me find what I'm looking here. Here we go. All right, this is what they call a sample pack by and okay, great tie-in to something I'm going to talk about next month, and that's Mardi Gras. A lot of people, when Betty White passed, a lot of people saw how they honored her in New Orleans, and they didn't understand a second line funeral. Well, I grew up with them because I grew up in the French Quarter, and the way they do funerals down there is it's straight out of the James Bond movie Got It Right. Can't remember which one it was, the one with the alligators and the voodoo guy. But anyway, when you're going from the church to the mausoleums, because everybody's buried above ground in mausoleums there. They're not buried in the cemetery. So all you do is you open the drawer, you put the person's remains in, and you close the drawer. So it's, you can walk down to the mausoleum, but as you go, you're somber and you're sad, and it's very low key. And the band is playing Just a Closer Walk with Thee or something like that. And the band is a couple guys with trumpets and a tuba player and maybe a drummer, a clarinet if that's what they had. It's whatever you had, whatever instruments you had, And so very somber walking down to the mausoleum. And then once the body is committed to the mausoleum, then it turns to the celebration of life, which some Christian religions do, the celebration of life, instead of the death and the sadness and everything. And so once you've committed the person to their mausoleum, it's party time. And everybody's dancing and partying and laughing, and that's what you're supposed to do. You celebrate them right up into the pearly gates, and that's what I want. I want a party when I go. But anyway, all right, so this is a sample pack put out by slapexperts.com. I know the people at Slap Experts, they're quality stuff, but this one particular fella, his name is Aaron Barber, and what he has is a MIDI keyboard. And so when you get a pack of loops from him, not only do you get these nice wave files. Live and Let Die. Thank you very much, Jeff. I knew you'd know it. By the way, I'm wearing my Jean-Luc Picard socks today, just so you know. 6 coal black horses to that big old rubber. Yeah. 7 girls. Only 6. Creed. Oh my God, Creed. I love you to death. I miss you so much. Anyway, you get these nice wave files that, and it's all the music put together and everything. And you hear how that all sounds. But something else he does is he gives you these. And these are the MIDI files, the bass. And what he does is he has VSTs or MIDI plugins that he uses to make this. So this bass line, we'll pull this bass line up just because. We'll put it up here. Yeah. This bass line, he has basically what this would look like in his DAW is he's gone in here and he's set the instrument, the MIDI instrument, to be this particular bass, which is a VST file that tells the computer what sound to make. Not what notes, but what sound to make. So right now I have it set to acoustic piano. So it's playing it on piano. On this DAW, the way I would change that is I would come down and say change instrument, and I get this nice little interface here. And we want to make it a bass. And I like this 80s fretless. But I also like this one too. So there we go. So now I've changed the VST to a fretless bass VST. Because I don't have the lovely Jeffrey Chapman here to play me a little bass. He plays bass real good, guys. But anyway, so there's that. Now, for fun, because I use VSTs, I can take that bass line and say, you know, I would love to hear it on the piccolo, because I'm a piccolo player. So let's see what that sounds like on the piccolo. It's really low. But that's the thing about MIDIs. This is your piano keyboard here for your MIDI interface. Yours might look very different. These are all the notes. So I can, let's see, I can take them all and I can say that needs to be a lot higher. So I can grab let's put them right there. It's not going to be, it's not in the right key because I didn't pay attention what note I started on, so. There we go. See? So you can use VSTs with MIDIs to change instruments, play different things. So let's look at, we're going to delete that because I transposed it so it's in a funky key. This was the organ VST that he used, and since it's still set to piccolo, it's going to sound really fun. But because of the nature of that, I can, let's change the instrument, say, well, instead of piccolos, let's do something a little more realistic. Let's do a woodwind ensemble. This is the beauty of it all, is you change it to a woodwind ensemble and it's going to change where the notes are. It's going to change the timbre a little bit. What? Oh. Okay, bye. Close the door. So, anyway, that's one thing of VSTs. Now, another thing we can do, and I am going to, let me do this. Let me change that. Here we go. This is that Ireland song. And yeah, I got about 7 more minutes, so this is good. All right. Another thing you use VSTs for is your effects. Okay. if you look here, I've got, this one is Nectar 3 Elements. Now this is a really nice little package. It's for vocal. I use it for vocal. It has an auto tune or a pitch where you can clean up, you know, where you, if you put it all the way to the top, you don't sound like T-Pain. It doesn't do the you know, like people who overuse. But just checking to make sure I'm still live. Y'all got really quiet. Somebody wave a hand, let me know you're still there. Because OBS likes to like kick me in the backside, but I guess if you couldn't hear it, you would be letting me know. Yeah. Oh, and I'm on top chat too. Let me go to live chat. Did that change anything? Nope. Okay. Anyway, got the pitch here. We can do the auto tune. Clarity, that changes the tone a bit. I'm not sure exactly what it is. De-esser, which kind of cuts on the S, the sibilants and everything, and then dynamics. This is kind of your a compression sort of thing where it compresses the waveform so the louds aren't extreme and the softs aren't extreme. It kind of brings it up to the middle. It's like the antidepressant. It's like the Prozac of sound, the dynamics. Then you have your tone, which is same as on your old AM/FM radio. You would have, or your phonograph, you'd have a tone that made it darker or brighter. And space is your reverb. And it even has a little wizard, and I'll go back and show you that. Let me get up here on the auto track and start it to play.
I've never been.
Okay. What are you going for? Let's make it vintage and modern. And then it goes through and analyzes all this for you.
I'd walk along the pastures grand, holding hands with my bow. Steep cliffs and raging sea, mist and fog, the Celtic air.
All right, so let's go back to the beginning here. And we'll play with things, and I'll show you the different things that it does. Let's listen.
I've never been to Ireland, but I'd surely
Now you can hear
love to go. I'd walk along
without any pitch correction.
the pastures
Debbie,
grand,
hi Debbie, welcome
holding
in.
hands with
I like to
my
do it
bow.
about
Steep
1.1
cliffs and raging sea,
because then it doesn't try
mist
to
and
auto-tune my...
fog, the Celtic air.
I could make you
And in
sound
the
like Johnny Cash
quiet
with
on a
VSTs, you know?
hill,
Let's go back and do this again.
I've never
Now,
been
clarity.
to Ireland, but I'd surely love to go.
No clarity.
I'd walk along the pastures
I
grand,
like to have that a little
holding
higher. Now,
hands
de-esser
with my bow.
with me and my teeth.
Steep
I need to take that
cliffs and
de-esser all the way
raging
up.
sea,
And dynamics.
mist and fog, the Celtic air, and in the quiet.
There's your reverb.
On a
So that's just a
hill,
nice little
I
thing.
know
And then I'll show you one more thing. And I got this, the Nectar 3 Elements. I go to a place called pluginboutique.com. Let me put it in here. I believe that's it. And
Ireland, but I'd surely
I got it for like $10, and it's a mastering thing, and it just makes you sound better. And then the other one I like, and I do this on all tracks. I do the nectar, and I've even done on the vocals when I had vocals and music, when I did a auto harp and voice together, and it still will pick out the voice and only do these things to the voice. Now this is Ozone Elements 8. I picked it up for $2, $3 because it's an older version, but it also, I put it on my master track, which is where all of these tracks run through this master track right here. Put it on my master track. And let's just turn on the master assistant. I'm going for streaming.
The mountains,
and it's going, you won't notice the difference because I've already run it on here. It sets an equalizer to adjust your spectral balance, so it will spread your sound out and put your main melody that it senses. It looks at the frequencies, and it'll put your main frequencies right in the center, and it will spread out the rest of your frequencies around it, gives it some space, some air, and then it sets your target loudness, which just gets it ready if you're submitting it for streaming online or whatever. And here's, okay, this is your input and output. This is what's going in. This is what it's returning out. Here's your ceiling. It's going to make sure that it gets no louder than that. This is your threshold. It's going to make sure that it's at least this loud. And then it's got all sorts of buttons that I have no idea what they do, but they look really cool. There's your equalizer, if you know anything about equalization and everything. Those are just two of the VSTs I use. Now in Reaper, like in here, in all your DAWs, you have a set of stock VSTs and filters: chorus, compressor, delay, distortion, EQ, flange. You could take your whoops, I didn't mean to put that on there. But we could put distortion on just the bass track. Let's turn it off and let's play some bass. Now let's turn it on. And I can distort the heck out of it. Post gain. So it doesn't matter how low my pre-gain is, I can turn the post-gain all the way down, or I can turn up full blast. Okay, that's distortion. I don't use that one much, but you could if you're into that sort of thing. I usually use compressors. Here's your reverb. And people like to make you think that you need the highest tech. Thank you very much, Debbie. Yeah, I'll see what I can find. I'll get you some information, Creed. I'll have you a whole list of stuff next show, and I'll put it down in the description where people can find these things. Wet mix and dry mix. When you're looking at reverb, your dry mix and your wet mix, how much of the reverb is going to show and how much isn't? But you have presets. Do I want it dripping wet? Or I can make it, this is one that I love. This is a preset reverb, and it's push sound into background. It works sort of the spectral analysis. It pushes it back so you don't lose any of the sound, and you're not just turning the volume down, you're just moving it back in your mix. So those are stock. I'm gonna get more in depth on these later in next month, but because it's already 8 o'clock and I got a caregiver going home in a little bit. So I'm gonna turn this down a little bit while I say our good nights. We'll start it again and let it play it out. If I had a plugin that was smarter than me and so much Creed, I learned everything I know from YouTube videos, but also from watching Josh Levitri, Lunajax from FAWM. He live streamed, and I gotta turn this down because I don't want to hear it while I'm talking, because then I start yelling. When Josh Levitri was mixing the big group song we did, I don't know if you were in FAWM then, I don't think you were, but we did a song, and because the FAWM website went down for about 24 hours, and it really, in the middle of FAWM, and we really all got upset. So being songwriters, we wrote a song about it. Somebody wrote a song, and somebody else did all the instruments and everything. But anyway, he was dealing with like 20 tracks in his DAW. And I sat there and watched what he did, and I studied and I learned. And that's how I learned this. If you're looking at the spaces in the vocals, I clipped them and cut out where I was breathing, because I sound like an asthmatic walrus when I sing these days. So I cut out the big in between phrases and stuff like that. I hope you guys have had fun tonight. This has been very relaxing very relaxing and to a very stressful couple of weeks. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, theliveplace.com. Check out Cricket Fox's channel tomorrow night. There's been links in the chat. You can go back and find those. Check out the Manhattan Fox Hour coming up in the end of March. And check me out next Monday. Same bat time, same bat channel. Also, I wanted to say I am wearing, if you see this, this is a lounge set I bought from, and you got to go look them up on Facebook, but they are Bjux Boutique. Ladies clothing from size extra small to 5X. Reasonably priced. Excellent customer service. They've got an app. They do live sales on Facebook and stuff. It's a great place, but go check them out. I love this. I love coming home from work and putting this on. It's so comfy. Anyway, enough. I'll let you go. Peace and blessings upon you, upon all you love, upon all who love you. Find your passion and grab a hold of it, and do not let it go. I love each and every one of you. I love my replay viewers. If you are a replay viewer, hashtag replay squad down in the comments. For those of you who are here with me tonight, you mean the world to me too. I will see you next Monday. Take care. Now I gotta click some buttons over here. What do I click? Oh, I think I'll click this one.